Have you ever noticed how quickly people speak, how fast their opinions spill out, unfiltered and unchecked? It seems like everyone has something to say, a comment to make, an insult to hurl. They talk and talk, but how much of it is worth listening to? Not much. The world is full of voices, opinions, judgments, and labels. So many labels. People are quick to define you, place you in a box, and slap a title on your forehead as if they know the whole story. But do they? Do they really see the truth of who you are, or do they simply reflect their own insecurities onto you? Words can sting, can't they? They cut through the air and find their way into your heart, leaving you to bear the weight of their empty noise. They label you, box you in, tell you who you are, what you can or cannot be. You've nodded along, smiled politely, even agreed at times. Not because you believed them, but because the fight was exhausting. Every word you hear, every judgment thrown your way, it feels like another weight on your shoulders. And slowly, ever so slowly, you begin to question yourself. But here's the truth. Their words are hollow. They are empty, meaningless. They are nothing but the echoes of their own self-doubt, projected onto you in an attempt to make sense of their own shortcomings. They speak not because they know you, but because they don't know themselves. And yet, you listen. You absorb it all. You allow their noise to seep into your thoughts, to plant seeds of doubt and uncertainty. But no more. Today, you stop. Today, you refuse to let their empty words define you. Today, you realize that silence, your silence, holds more power than any words they could ever throw at you. You are tired, aren't you? Tired of listening to the endless chatter, the meaningless noise. Tired of the false promises, the lies wrapped in pretty words, the hollow affirmations that only serve to distract you from your own truth. It's exhausting. Trying to navigate a world where everyone seems to have an opinion about who you should be and what you should do. You've been caught in their web of words, tangled in the false narratives they spin. But the truth is, you don't need to listen anymore. You don't need to engage in their noise. Because your silence speaks volumes. Silence is not weakness. Silence is not submission. Silence is power. And right now, you hold all the power in your hands. It's time to let your silence speak louder than their empty words. It's time to take back control, to stop reacting to the noise around you and let your silence resonate. What is silence? It is more than the absence of sound. Silence is presence. Silence is strength. Silence is the mirror that reflects truth. And the truth, my friend, is that those who speak the loudest often have the least to say. They fill the air with noise to drown out their own insecurities. They hide behind their words because they are afraid of what silence will reveal. But you are different. You don't need to shout to be heard. You don't need to argue to prove a point. Your silence is enough because silence has a way of unsettling people. It forces them to confront themselves, to face the reality of their own emptiness. Silence strips away the facade, leaving only the raw truth behind. And that truth, it scares them. Silence is powerful because it is uncomfortable. It makes others uneasy because in the quiet, they are left alone with their thoughts, their doubts, their flaws. Silence forces them to look inward, and what they see often terrifies them. That is why they keep talking, keep judging, keep throwing their words at you, hoping that somehow their noise will drown out the truth. But it won't, because silence is louder than all of it. Do you know why they try to keep you down? Why they push you to conform, to stay small, to blend into the background? It's because they are afraid of what you could become if you stopped listening to their noise. Afraid of the power you hold within you, power that they cannot understand and cannot control. They see your potential, even if you don't. They see what you could achieve, If only you stopped playing their game. If only you stopped allowing their words to dictate your path. They want to keep you quiet because your silence is dangerous. It threatens the fragile illusion they've built around themselves. Your silence reminds them that you don't need their approval. You don't need their validation. And that terrifies them. Because once you stop listening to their empty words, once you realize that their opinions hold no weight, you become unstoppable. They know this. That's why they keep talking, why they keep trying to pull you down with their judgments and criticisms. But deep down, they know they can't stop you. They know that the only way to control you is through your reaction. And that's where your power lies. You don't have to react. You don't have to engage. You don't have to give them the satisfaction of knowing they've gotten under your skin. So stop reacting. Stop giving them the power to dictate how you feel, how you think, how you act. Every time you react, you play into their hands. Every time you respond, you give them a piece of your power. But when you stay silent, when you refuse to engage, you take that power back. Silence is not just the absence of noise, it is the presence of strength. When you choose silence, you choose control. You choose peace. You choose to rise above the noise and let your actions, not your words, speak for you. Let them talk. Let them fill the air with their judgments and criticisms. Let them wear themselves out with their empty words. Because while they are busy talking, you will be busy rising. While they are distracted by their own noise, you will be quietly building, quietly growing, quietly becoming everything they said you couldn't be. And here's the thing, silence endures, words fade, arguments lose their power, but silence haunts. Silence lingers long after the noise has died down. Your silence will be the echo they can't escape, the question they can't answer, the doubt that gnaws at them in the quiet moments when they are left alone with their thoughts. Let your silence haunt them. Let it cut deeper than any insult, any argument. Let your silence be the mirror that forces them to confront their own emptiness, their own insecurities. Because in the end, it's not about proving them wrong with words. It's about showing them through your silence and your success that their words never had the power to define you in the first place. You don't need to argue. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to justify who you are or what you do. Your silence is enough. It speaks louder than any words ever could. It tells the world that you are untouchable, that you are in control, that you will not be swayed by the noise around you. You are stronger than you realize. You are more powerful than you've been led to believe. The voices that try to tear you down, they are not reflections of your worth. They are projections of their own weakness. When they see you, they see someone who threatens their illusion of control. They see someone who has the potential to rise far above them. And that scares them. So they try to keep you small, to keep you quiet, to keep you reacting to their noise. But you are done playing their game. You are done letting their words define you. You are done absorbing their projections because you are not weak. You are not small. You are not defined by their insecurities. You are powerful. You are strong. And you will let your silence speak for you. You will let your actions, your achievements, your growth do the talking. While they are busy spinning their web of words, you will be quietly rising, quietly becoming everything they never wanted you to be. And when the dust settles, when their noise fades into nothingness, you will stand tall. You will stand strong, and your silence will be the victory they never saw coming. So let them talk. Let them judge. Let them throw their empty words at you. And you will stay silent. You will stay focused. You will rise above it all. Because in the end, it's not their words that define you. It's your silence that speaks of strength, of resilience, of power, your silence that tells the world you are unstoppable. Let your silence be louder than their empty words. Let your silence be your weapon, your shield, your strength. And watch as those who doubted you fall silent in the face of your success.